Feminism, a word that has sparked movements, rewritten laws, and shaped conversations across the globe, somewhere along the way also become polarizing, misunderstood, misused, even mocked. Today, we're unpacking what feminism truly means, where it started, how it evolved, and where it's dangerously diverging. What feminism is and isn't. Feminism is not about making women superior. It's about making opportunity equal. By definition, feminism is the advocacy of social, political, and economic equality of the sexes. It's not about hate. It's not about entitlement. It's not about reversing the power dynamic. It's about balance. Women's rights versus feminism. There's a difference between women's rights and feminism. Women's rights address access, voting, education, employment, and bodily autonomy. They focus on legal and institutional change. Feminism, on the other hand, is a philosophy. It questions the roots of inequality and asks why power is distributed the way it is. It doesn't just seek permission, it demands recognition. One focuses on systemic access, the other on structural transformation. Both are essential, but they are not the same. The evolution, 3 waves of feminism. Feminism isn't static. It has evolved in waves. The first wave in the late 19th and early 20th centuries was about legal recognition, primarily the right to vote and own property. It laid the groundwork, but was largely limited to white middle-class women. The second wave in the 1960s and 70s expanded the conversation to include reproductive rights, workplace equality, and questioning traditional gender roles. It was more confrontational, challenging what society considered normal. The third wave, starting in the 1990s, introduced intersectionality, insisting that feminism must reflect not just gender, but race, class, sexuality, and identity. It emphasized personal expression and the right to define womanhood individually. Many believe we are now entering a 4th wave, one rooted in digital activism, global solidarity, and accountability. Each wave had its focus, and each was born out of the limits of the last. But like any ideology, feminism too has a shadow, what we now call pseudo-feminism. This isn't feminism, it's a distortion. Pseudo-feminism uses the language of equality to promote division. It assumes that empowerment means domination, that justice means revenge, and that all men are inherently oppressive. It's selective, self-serving, and most importantly, counterproductive. Consider this. There's a brother who dreams of becoming a writer. He works part-time, contributes where he can, and spends his evenings writing. His sister earns well, pays the bills, and frequently reminds him of it. "I'm carrying the household," she says. "You have no right to sit and dream." He offers to manage the home so she can rest. Cook, clean, handle errands, but she scoffs. That's not real work, that's expected. And just like that, the double standard is clear. Her career is ambition, his passion is indulgence. This isn't equality, it's a new imbalance wrapped in the language of empowerment. True feminism would question why the emotional and financial labor of men often goes unnoticed. It would ask why gender roles are offensive when expected of women, but invisible when applied to men. Feminism seeks equality. It uplifts all genders. It recognizes that patriarchy harms men too, through emotional suppression, social pressure, and unrealistic expectations. Pseudo-feminism, on the other hand, thrives on blame. It's reactionary, not revolutionary. It forgets that equality has no enemy, except inequality. Feminism is not perfect. Like any movement, it is evolving, learning, and correcting itself. But for it to stay true to its purpose, it must remain honest about its roots, its goals, and its tone. This is not about women versus men. It's about dismantling systems, not people. It's about shared humanity, mutual respect, and fairness that works both ways. Before rejecting feminism or blindly endorsing it, pause. Ask yourself, what version am I standing with? Because when feminism becomes a trend, it loses its truth. But when it stays rooted in equality, it becomes a force that can and should change everything.
Thanks for tuning in. We've got a lot more thought-provoking topics coming your way, so stick around.